Hello everybody, it's Serafina and I'm here with your daily tarot insight. So before we begin, I would like to call upon the spirit of the universe that loves us unconditionally. I would like to call upon the spirits of this land, of this island, and of this ocean, and I thank them for holding the space and for their ancient wisdom. I would like to call upon Archangel Raphael to the east, Michael to the south, Archangel Gabriel to the west, Uriel to the north, Archangel Sandalphon below, Archangel Metatron above. And I would like to call upon my guides, ancestors, team of light, and my higher self, and I thank them for their guidance and presence with this collective reading. Okay, so we are coming up to a new moon in Gemini, and it's happening on Monday. Gemini is known as the sign of dualities. It's very good for cognitive abilities like learning or movement, such as mercantile movements, anything also regarded to like sports. Basically think of like a butterfly or bicycle or hands that play the piano. Like this has a lot to do with the Gemini energy of just being able to move quickly, like Mercury. Mercury moves very quickly, and it also has a lot to do with like processing information. And so it's important to note that Mercury is still retrograde and it will go direct 2 days after the new moon in Gemini. So intentions are always important to set during new moons, but I would say Mercury is not at its strongest. So I would wait a couple of days or even a week to set Gemini intentions into your life. Okay, so beloved spirit of the universe, what loving guidance is there for the collective this weekend? What loving guidance is there for the collective this weekend? We have the Princess of Swords. What further guidance is there for the collective today? For this weekend? What further guidance is there for the collective this weekend? We have the Universe, or also known as a card of the World. So the Princess of Swords is all about our communication skills, all about learning new ways to communicate to people, kind of like, I don't know if some of you have learned about like nonviolent communication, but it could also just be us working through, I feel like with this Mercury retrograde, some of us have been working through information that has come up, things that we've been dealing with, people, conversations. What further guidance is there for the collective today, this weekend? We have the King of Cups. We have the Lovers. And what final guidance do we have for the collective this weekend? We have the Five of Discs. Okay, so to complement, let's choose this Angel deck. What further guidance is there for the collective this weekend? We have Archangel Felayai. Honor animals, communicate with different species. So I feel that maybe for some of us, our totem animals or spirit animals must be coming forward for us, maybe connecting more to those animals that have lessons for us. Interesting. We got the same card from last time, Disseminating Moon. Take a time to breathe out. And I feel like choosing one more from the archetypal. What archetype speaks to the collective this weekend? What archetype speaks to the collective this weekend? We have the Lover. Beautiful, with a swan. So already we have 2 cards with the Lovers. something's going on in the romantic sphere or just in our own self-love. So I will start by reading from this book of the archetypes to see what's coming through. 95. The heart, the beloved, the devoted. Pulsing through the heart of the lover is gratitude. The lover appreciates and experiences the world through the senses, revealing in beauty, song, art, music, sense, and sensuality. This energy awakens at the tip of our tongue when we taste the sweetness of honey, kiss of a lover, or speak gentle words to a child. The lover lingers in foreplay, aroused not by the getting there, but by the slow merging of self and other. This energy is usually experienced for short periods of time, as in order to feel it, we must be fully present and awake. With no expectations or rules about what should be, rather, the lover is in awe of what the world presents, reveling in the glorious details, grateful to savor every last drop of life's offerings. So when in light, the lover is connected, it's connection, expansion, devotion, and awe. And when in dark, it's indulgence, attachment, and obsession. It says the lover archetype is present everywhere, not just where conventional forms of pleasure and beauty are found. The lover's awe is unconditional. It makes me think of that famous quote of the beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So it's kind of like love is in the eye of the beholder. So let's get into the tarot. We have the Princess of Swords. As I mentioned, it talks a lot about communication, about us polishing our communication skills, of being able to get our message across in a way that is standing in our own true power, but still honoring other people around us. But what's particularly important about this card is that she has debris falling away, right? And she's charging towards the light. And so this card denotes like ego death, in how we had been dealing with ourselves and with others before, and our ability to kind of like step into a new light, into a new phase of how we are expressing ourselves in the world. We have the card of the universe, which is the last card of the major arcana. So it usually represents the last chapter of something. So this is the major arcana, right? So it's the last card. The next card, which starts the spiral again, is the Fool. So literally the Fool has the world at its feet. So what this is telling me is that some of us have reached the end of a cycle, have completed something, and we are heavily supported by our by the people around us or by our guides to continue with whatever has been finished or whatever it is that we're accomplishing. And then we have the Knight of Cups. The Knight of Cups is very emotionally balanced. He knows, how to balance intellect with emotion, and he has a sense of equanimity. However, right now, what I'm really feeling is that this is someone in our life. It could be a man or somebody with predominantly masculine energy that is here to be supportive to us, but also it could just denote like our lover, somebody in our life that loves us unconditionally, that is supportive towards us, and that is also very nourishing. Then we have the card of the Lovers, which is actually ruled by Gemini. So we can see the different dualities that are going on here, right? And I read that this is actually the Hermit, who's cloaked in pink, who is marrying these two people. So the Hermit went through a phase of introspection and was able to come out, and then is able to marry, to have this alchemical marriage between these two. So it could denote a decision that needs to be made. Usually this comes at a point where we're kind of like at a crossroads in life, but I really feel that right now it is speaking to whatever unions you have going on within your life. And then funnily enough, we are finishing with the Five of Discs. And usually when this comes up, it shows that maybe some of us are overly active in our mind, but it could also denote kind of like working on abandonment issues. Because in other decks, this is portrayed as some people standing out in the cold, in the snow, and they're outside of a church. And so this could show some of us not feeling like we're not being met. Some of us are maybe not feeling met by other people around us, or it could feel, you know, that something is coming up within our relationships. So what I want to do is actually clarify this Five of Discs, because it's interesting to note that we have such positive cards going on here, and we're finishing with the Five of Discs, which shows like a level of solitude a little bit. Interesting, I'm noticing right now it has Mercury there. So I really feel that whatever this is, it really does relate to the Mercury retrograde. Like maybe there were discussions in the past that are now being revisited, and it's causing like some sort of abandonment or insecurity within us. Could we clarify the Five of Discs, please? Yeah, we have the Six of Pentacles. So something about equal give and take. Something about making sure that whatever you put into a relationship is also given back to you. So I'm tying it right now to this card of the Lover, which describes a lot of just being able to stay in the moment without expectations. And the reason why, you know, these sweet honeys or nectars that the Lover is able to experience, they're short-lived, because we need to be fully in the present moment. So I feel that whatever it is that we're worrying about, or these, you know, issues that we're having regarding not being met, are coming from maybe us needing to check how much of our power we give away in our dynamics, how much of our power we give away in our relationships, and to be able to check if there's an actual mutual exchange going on. So I'm not going to read this card because we already read it last time, and basically it is speaking of this culmination of this last full moon that we had in Scorpio, which was all about release, which was all about death and us transmuting like the phoenix into something new. So I really feel that it's coming through stronger right now in these last days in the balsamic moon. Balsamic moon is when there's no moon in the sky, basically right before she creeps up and is the new moon. We're really gonna feel, you know, the strength of the Scorpio last full moon, and I think the message is clear. Take it easy this weekend. Take it easy this weekend. I'm curious to know what this card is speaking of. Let's see. This card is a request to send light to different animals and ask this archangel to comfort and healing them. Sense the unconditional love entering them and lightening them up with higher understanding. Invite the spirit of an animal to come to you. It may be domestic pet or one unknown to you. Listen to what it wishes to communicate and then ask the archangel to sunshine yellow light to unfold it. So this could be a particular message to someone out there. If your animal is, I don't know, sick, or if you're just connecting deeper to your own animals around you, or like I said, your totem animals, I would suggest you do so. Like lately, I personally have been connecting quite a bit more to my cats and to different deities that have to do with cats. So yeah, this could be a particular message for someone. So overall, I feel that what is happening for the collective is that we're learning new ways to communicate, and lessons are coming through regarding this Mercury retrograde, which I've been talking to some people, and it really has been, you know, a difficult Mercury retrograde. It's been bringing up a lot of emotions, but there's a culmination, there's an achievement, there's some cycle that's closing out. And I feel that it may be related to some person in our life who has been very nurturing, very loving, very much emotionally balanced and present for us, because they are there for us, right? They are our equal, or we're gonna have to make a decision regarding this. But some of us may be feeling that we're not being met, and we're asked to check to see if the emotional give and take, and there's reciprocity between you and your loved ones. And yeah, let's not forget about these sweet moments of the lovers. So I don't know, checking in with our intentions of why we are in partnership or in friendship with certain people. Okay, so to finish, I would like to pick one from the White Light Oracle. So, beloved spirit of the universe, what last loving guidance is there for the collective this weekend? What guidance is there for the collective this weekend? We have Solve Polluti, number 19. Tune into your heart and you'll be able to find your way through any negative or toxic situation. Engage in self-healing and space clearing. Commit to regular practices that help you connect to your inner light. Your light shall not be overcome by any darkness or negativity. Take time to clean your heart and mind of negativity by focusing on the divine beings that bring joy to your heart. It is appropriate for you to desire your own personal and sacred space and access it daily. So this is also reminding me of a card that we got some readings ago of creating sacred spaces in our homes, creating altars, whether it be to any deities that you interact with, or it could even be an altar, just a gratitude altar. And I also really like the concept of not having to buy new things, but finding things around your home that have emotional meaning to you and creating an altar from that. It could be an altar to your future self. It could be just an altar of gratitude. I even was reading some things by Tokopa, and she suggests making an altar for your dream states. So whatever things you remember from your dreams, you can go and find an object that represents that and go putting it on your altar. But basically this card is, it says Solve Polluti is a Latin expression which means to clear pollutants and toxins. This frequency focuses on clearing, freeing the hold of negativity and allowing the natural way of bright, beautiful manifestation to unfold. When this oracle appears in a reading, it is a call to clear yourself and your space in ways that feel affirming, inspiring, and beautiful for you. Trust that no matter how much gunk the ego-driven actions of humans may generate, it is no match for the power of spirit at play in willing human hearts. So, for example, if I'm taking this, I'm taking this as a message to clear space, of whatever it is that we are learning to navigate through right now as lovers of unconditional love, right? Of creating those sacred spaces, the solaces for ourselves in our heart and in our homes to be able to come back to a clean space, right? So yeah, all about communication skills and some cycle ending, something regarding our romantic relationships or our partnerships that it's going on, making sure that we're not being triggered from our places of lack and making sure that there's an equal give and take in everything. Connecting to your totem animals because there's medicine there. They're bringing you, they're allies, right? They bring us messages of different aspects of the psyche or of the soul that want to develop. Take time to breathe. Allow this new moon to come in clean, to come in with greater clarity of how you want to continue forward as Mercury will now be going direct. Okay, everybody, I hope that this was useful to you. If you would like to book a reading with me, you can check out my personal website. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends, like the video or comment on it. And I will be back with you next week. Bye.